This is BD Daily Tech News Podcast, your daily briefing on tech and innovation. It's Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. Today, a new challenger in AI chips, Perplexity giving its iPad app a research-first makeover, and a big privacy fight over smart TVs allegedly watching what you watch.
So it's chips, clips, and creeps. And if my TV is spying on me, I want it to at least complement my taste in documentaries, like bold choice human, very niche.
Story 1, a South Korean AI chip company called Rebellions, has launched a new AI accelerator and is positioning it as a serious alternative in a market dominated by NVIDIA. The reported funding figure floating around is 350 billion won, roughly 237 million US dollars, which is meaningful for a young chip company because silicon is not a ship it on Friday kind of product.
Whenever I hear rival NVIDIA, my brain hears, I would like to arm wrestle a forklift. Respect the confidence, but what's the actual play? Cheaper? Faster? Or just available?
Usually it's a mix of three things: supply, specialization, and strategy. Demand for AI compute is still huge, and not everyone can get the exact GPUs they want when they want them. New entrants often focus on specific workloads, especially inference, which is the serving answers to users part, where efficiency per watt and cost per request can matter more than peak training performance.
So it's less we beat the king in a duel, and more we built a faster checkout lane for one kind of shopper, which is also how most of us survive adulthood.
Exactly. Simple version of the tech, these accelerators are optimized for doing tons of matrix math, multiplying huge grids of numbers, and for moving that data around fast enough that the compute units don't sit idle. GPUs are great generalists. Specialized chips can tune memory bandwidth, interconnect, and number formats to run certain model families cheaper and cooler.
It's like replacing a Swiss Army knife with a chef's knife. Less flexible, but suddenly dinner happens before midnight. What should normal people care about here?
3 impacts. 1. If inference gets cheaper, AI features get more responsive and show up in more products: translation, voice tools, search, summarization, without the "please wait while the cloud thinks" pause. 2. More competition can reduce lock-in for cloud buyers. And 3. More regional compute options can reduce single supplier bottlenecks, which matters when everyone tries to scale at once.
Builder takeaway: measure cost per task, not just model quality. Because if the chip landscape shifts, your cloud bill can either go on a nice little diet or start bulking like it's training for a superhero movie.
Story 2. Perplexity is relaunching its iPad app with better multitasking and a deeper focus on research workflows. A clear signal it wants to be more than ask a question, get a paragraph, and to be taken seriously by business users.
Finally, an iPad app that understands my workflow. 17 tabs open, 3 PDFs, and 1 existential crisis. When they say research tools, do they mean more citations, better sources, fewer hallucinations, or just a fancier button?
In real life, research tools means turning AI search into a workflow: split view for reading and querying, collecting sources, and producing a structured brief you can actually use. The iPad angle matters because it's a common meeting and reading device, and it's where people want quick verification without opening a laptop circus.
So instead of AI write my essay, it's AI help me not embarrass myself in a meeting. That's the premium tier I can emotionally justify.
Simple version of the tech, it's retrieval plus generation. Retrieval finds relevant pages or documents. Generation summarizes and drafts. The business value is provenance, showing where claims came from, and speed. If the tool makes it easy to click through to the original source, you can validate fast and keep mistakes out of emails, decks, and decisions.
Rule for listeners: no claim goes into your email or slide unless you can click a source and read the original paragraph. If the app can't make that easy, it's not a research tool. It's a vibes generator, and vibes do not survive Q&A.
Story 3. A major privacy dispute is brewing over smart TVs and automatic content recognition, ACR, with allegations that some TVs collect detailed viewing data in ways consumers didn't meaningfully understand or consent to. The legal details will play out, but the underlying tech is worth knowing because it's already in a lot of living rooms.
ACR sounds like a robot that judges my reality TV choices. We detected episode 12 of a dating show, Deploy Targeted Ads for Relationship Therapy. What is ACR in plain English?
The TV tries to identify what's on your screen. It can do that by matching tiny fingerprints of video frames or audio snippets against a reference database. And it can work even if the content is coming from a cable box, a game console, or another HDMI device, because the TV only cares what's being displayed and played.
So the TV isn't just a screen. It's a hall monitor with a clipboard. And the worst part is, it's doing homework on me while I'm trying to avoid mine.
Why it matters: viewing data can be sensitive. It can hint at health concerns, politics, religion, kids' habits, and even if a company says it's anonymous, it can become linkable when combined with device identifiers, IP addresses, or the broader ad tech ecosystem.
Okay, give me the grown-up checklist. What can people do tonight, after dinner, without a computer science degree or a priest?
3 steps. 1. Dig into TV settings for anything like viewing information services, content recognition, smart interactivity, or interest-based ads, and turn it off. 2. Disable voice features and microphone permissions if you don't use them. 3. Consider using an external streaming box you trust more. And if you can, keep the TV itself off your home network unless it truly needs internet access.
I love that the solution is basically, congratulations on buying a smart TV. Now, immediately make it less smart. Also, if you see enhanced viewing experience, just translate it to enhanced data collection experience.
Quick recap. A new AI chip challenger is trying to carve out space in an NVIDIA-dominated world. Perplexity is turning iPad AI search into a more business-grade research workflow. And smart TV privacy concerns around ACR are back in the spotlight. Different stories, same theme. The infrastructure under your apps, chips, tools, and data collection decides what's possible, what it costs, and what you give up along the way.
If this episode saved you money, time, or at least one awkward My TV Knows Too Much moment, subscribe and share BD Daily Tech News Podcast. And leave a review, preferably before your television starts writing them for you.